Seattle Seahawks travel to Arizona to face their division rival Cardinals on Sunday Night Football. Seattle a 7.5 point favorite on BETDAQ, 36.5 the total. That is the lowest total we've seen in the NFL this season. We do not expect a whole lot of offense in this game. Now, when these teams met just 4 weeks ago up in Seattle, it was not competitive. The Seahawks rolling to a 19-3 win. They had the Arizona offense on lockdown. And really, ever since the Cardinals lost their starting quarterback, Carson Palmer, they have been really bad on the offensive side of the ball. They produced fewer than 20 points in 5 straight games. And now, not only do they not have Palmer, they don't have his backup, Drew Stanton, either. Stanton out for this game, so it will be Ryan Lindley at quarterback for Arizona. Lindley, a third-year player in his brief career, 0 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions. He's only completing 51% of his passes. So, listen, this is a bad situation for the Arizona offense against this Seattle defense that ranks number 1 in the NFL in total defense, number 1 in passing defense, 2nd in points allowed. You know, this Legion of Boom secondary licking their chops at the thought of facing the Ryan Lindley-led Arizona offense. I mean, as we said, the Cardinals were bad enough on offense with Drew Stanton under center. They weren't able to move the ball in this Seattle defense with Stanton. What is it going to look like now when they have even less of a passing attack? Your guess is as good as mine. I do not think it's going to be pretty. That's why it would be impossible, and I mean impossible, for me to bet on the Arizona Cardinals here. Now look, there is a Cardinals angle and has everything to do with their defense. They have an excellent defense. As a matter of fact, they're almost as good on that side of the ball as Seattle. Seattle, 2nd in the league in points allowed, as we mentioned. The Cardinals, 3rd in points allowed. And the Seahawks, very conservative offensively. They're 1st in rush yards per game, but 29th in pass yards per game. Not what you'd call a high-scoring, explosive offense. In this game in Arizona, I think this Cardinals defense, especially because they're aware that they're going to have to play lights out to keep the team in the game, I think they're going to play very well here. I look for this game to come in under the 36.5 point total. And look, even though it's tempting, I guess, to bet on Arizona as a 7.5 point home dog, after all, the Cardinals have been a money tree for bettors this season. 10-4 against the spread. They were underdogs in each of their last 2 games. They won both games. Here again, people not believing in the Arizona Cardinals. But I'm forced to join the line of people who do not believe in the Arizona Cardinals. I do not think they have a chance to beat Seattle here. Keep in mind, this is an important game for both teams. I know Arizona has clinched a playoff berth, but they could still lose the division to the Seahawks, and I'm sure the Seahawks want to lock up, at very worst, home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs. We know Seattle is so good at home, so this a very important game for them. Primetime situation on Sunday Night Football. You know, everybody loves that. Everybody has a chance to show off. In other words, I don't expect any sort of let up from the Seahawks. I don't think it's going to be, this isn't any sort of trap game. This is a big game against a division rival, and I think they're going to take it to the Arizona Cardinals, especially that Seattle defense. I think there could be a situation where the Seattle defense outscores the Arizona offense. There's a definite possibility of that happening. So even though I don't think the Seahawks are going to have much success on offense themselves, still think they'll cover the 7.5 point number here. I also lean towards under 36.5.